My bad.
Stacking in my bag. Yeah, stacking in my bag. I like crypto grind. Currencies flowing up in coins on my mind. My Coinbase the upper, watch the numbers climb. In this game, fine, feeling so prime. Hustling these protocols, phones in the van. Acting on my radar, I can't understand. Jumping on the wave, watch me move the plan. Holding diamond hands in this crypto land. Got my eyes on the prize, making moves like a king. Every transaction hit a cash register ring. Ride a blockchain, we won't never be slow. In the world of finance, let the profit.
If you're holding real world assets, utility assets, you are a bank.
Yeah, of course, we go over the news and stuff, but we just do what feels natural when we be doing our thing.
You gotta get this money on.
Bet we in here. What's good, y'all? What's good, everybody?
What's good?
That sun would start coming down. Let me move this over here a little bit. Let me get right quick, y'all. Hold on. All right.
Oh yeah.
Yo. What up, y'all? What's good?
What's up? I know.
What's up, everybody? We just got some updates, just a couple updates to go over. A lot transpired last night. See, you got some background noise. I have to.
Oh sure. Okay.
What's good?
You still hear it?
Yeah, we can still hear it. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we got the SEC. Okay, this is really good news. Should actually be way more hype. I guess we all desensitized at this point. See the sun coming down. Y'all gonna have to bear with this glare because my charger is on this side. So y'all might have to bear with the glare today. I'm sorry, but I can't take this iPad off the charger. We got the SEC says that most crypto assets may not be securities under federal law. So they have came out and told us what commodities are and what's a security and what's not. This is what Gary Gensler should have done years ago. This is overdue. Gary Gensler was supposed to do this, didn't do it. So here we are. We finally got what we needed. So now this is why I think the Clarity Act should be passing soon, because we finally got the most simplistic part of this out of the way, deeming what's a security, what's not a security, and what the how we test applies to and what it doesn't. Like, just simple, clear rules that we've been asking for, we got now. So this gives me a little bit of confidence. Yeah, it gives me a little bit more confidence moving forward with this Clarity Act situation. So yeah, we'll talk about that. We're gonna talk about that today. So yeah, we'll talk about the SEC doing that today. We're gonna talk about Amazon. They finally unveiled their 1 hour delivery service here in America. They have a 1 hour delivery service in select cities, and then they have a 3 hour delivery in 2,000 plus cities now. So this is how you know the automation is coming, because if they're able to do 1 hour and 3 hour delivery, the automation and the payment rails must be all the way together for them to be like, let's go. So
let's go.
Yeah. Listen, I'm telling you. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about credit unions preparing for the day AI agents start spending. So it seems to me like credit unions are on board with the AI agent situation, because credit unions know they're gonna have more digital wallets or bank accounts, whatever you want to call it. They're gonna have, they're gonna be moving more money than humans here soon. The AI agents will. So yeah, we'll be talking about that. We're gonna talk about Shopify's USDC integration as well. We're gonna talk about them rates. So it looked like me and D was correct yesterday. They kept Fed rate steady. So we knew it wouldn't move. I don't think we're gonna see our rates move until probably April and May. We're gonna talk about bankrupt FTX. So they are set to repay that $2.2 billion to creditors this month. So they gotta go ahead and cut that check. We got some stuff to go over, y'all. We're gonna talk about NFTs and how why NFTs aren't securities. The SEC chairman explains that. So we got some pretty good articles and stuff to go over today as well. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. They can't hear me. Somebody said I can't hear you. Can y'all hear me? You can hear me, D? You on mute, D? You on mute?
I said you should be straight. You should be straight.
Yeah, that might be your computer. You might have to turn your volume up. Yeah, they saying they can hear me. Paige said they can. Okay, KB said they can. Young Tunchi said you can hear me. Hard. Okay. Yeah, you gotta turn your volume up on your phone. That must be your phone. Got me over here worried. All right. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into this SEC situation because I feel like this is the biggest news. The biggest news out right now. So we're gonna talk about the SEC finally giving us some fucking rules.
All right.
Finally got some rules, bro. Good Lord.
Oh, they may not be securities under federal. Like, duh, nigga. For what?
This is crazy. His mic is just way louder. That's all. Okay. Yeah, it's because I'm on I'm gonna upgrade my iPad in a couple months. I'm just cheap and I want to get my full money's worth. I don't want to get a new one until it die completely. No, I might go ahead and break down and have to get another one in the next few weeks here, but it's cool. Just bear with me. Okay, so yeah, let's get into it though. So we got the SEC says most crypto assets may not be securities under federal law. So the SEC has officially clarified that most crypto assets are not securities, marking a major shift toward clear regulation and opening the door for broader institutional adoption. So here's what actually happened. The U.S. The SEC issued new interpretive guidance. So it was done jointly with the CFTC. So the key clarification was that most crypto assets are not securities. Only tokenized traditional securities fall under securities laws. So only tokenized traditional securities fall under securities laws. So it introduced a token classification framework. So you got digital commodities, stablecoins, collectibles, tools, securities, and they clarified rules around staking, airdrops, mining, wrapped assets. So the bottom line is that this creates a clear dividing line after years of regulatory confusion. So basically what Gary Gensler was supposed to do, it got done in a couple months. They got this done in a couple months, bro. So why this matters? Because regulatory uncertainty just got reduced massively. Y'all don't understand how just this something so simple just really cleared a lot of confusion within the crypto space when it comes to institutions and wanting to adopt and participate in this new asset class. So for years, the biggest risk in crypto is this a security? So that uncertainty led to lawsuits. We know very, very, very well. Delistings and hesitation. So now clear rules means easier compliance and lower legal risk for builders and exchanges. So the power shift toward the CFTC is that if most crypto is not securities, they likely fall under commodities. Here we go. So the translation here is that the CFTC gains more control over crypto markets, is less aggressive enforcement versus the previous SEC approach. So it also unlocks institutional capital. So institutions avoided crypto due to legal ambiguity. So now they have defined asset classes and regulatory clarity. So this is a prerequisite for large-scale capital inflow. I'm going to say this again. This is a prerequisite for large-scale capital inflow. So it does align with the upcoming legislation. So this guidance is meant to act as a bridge to future crypto laws. So I'm going to say that again. I don't think they heard me, D. This guidance is meant to act as a bridge to future crypto laws. So Congress... So
they needed to say this before the money floods in. That's what I heard.
Exactly. We needed to display this so that when all the money floods in, there's no confusion here. So Congress is still working on full market structure rules, meaning that this is step one. This is not the final framework, but this is the direction that we should have. Like when Trump came into office, this part at least should have been done. Like I'm not taking up for him, but I will say on his behalf, this should have got done under Joe Biden. And I think we could all agree on that. This should have been done under Joe Biden. By the time Trump got here, all Trump should have been focused on was the Clarity Act. He shouldn't have been focused on if the CFTC and the SEC gonna work together. Y'all need to harmonize, and then y'all need to figure this out. This part should have at least been done. That's the least the Democrats could have fucking did before they got out of office. But here we are.
The facts.
Here we are. So this is a complete reversal of the previous narrative. So this is a policy pivot at the highest level. This is a policy pivot at the highest level. So it does align with institutional adoption, tokenization, and on-chain finance infrastructure. So this is also critical because investment contracts can end. So this means a token may start as a security, but later become not a security. So decentralization is now being formally recognized as a legal transition point. Decentralization is now being formally recognized as a legal transition point. So this introduces a formal token taxonomy. So it separates the asset itself and how it's used. So a transaction versus an investment contract. So that's huge because the SEC is no longer regulating the token alone. It's regulating context plus usage. So this is one of the most important regulatory shifts in crypto history, but it's not immediate. It's not an immediate price fuel, but this is bullish for infrastructure, builders, exchanges, and long-term adoption. So it's not instantly bullish for short-term price pumps. But the real signal here is that the U.S. is moving from enforcement mode to framework mode, which is where we need to go. So now we got the framework. Now we can get this Clarity Act signed. Y'all can figure out what y'all can go ahead and spill the beans that y'all not letting people get yield that easy. They're gonna have to learn DeFi. Y'all go ahead and spill the beans about that so we can go ahead and move forward. So now the institutions have that law, and now institutions can now we get that mass adoption. Now we get paid. And it's mighty funny that all this stuff started moving in March. Because, you know, he got to start campaigning soon. Trump, how you campaigning with everything in the red? I'm talking about the markets is in the red. Job market's in the red. We in a crazy-ass war right now. We over here fighting with Iran. Your gas prices is up. Your groceries up. We about to see a spike in inflation. We're going to play a clip with that with Jerome Powell. We about to see a spike in inflation with all this shit. How you going in the midterms like this? Nigga, you ain't winning a fuck thing like this. You ain't winning nothing. Nothing. You ain't winning nobody's midterms. America is in shambles, my boy. 49% of Americans are barely covering rent right now. 49%. What midterms are you winning? You ain't winning.
You let him tell it. You let him tell it. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's good. Everything's good.
Things are so things are starting to move in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how Mr. Trump gonna pull this off, but I think we got a interesting, what's this right here? March. So we got April, May, June, July, August, September. I think we got an interesting 6 months ahead of us. I think we have a very interesting, because I want to see how Trump pull this off. I want to see how he gonna pull this off. I'm very interested, because once you zoom out and you're desensitized to all this shit, you're watching this like a movie. So I'm very interested to see how this movie's getting ready to play out for the next 6 months. This is gonna be very interesting. I really want to see what this Cheeto nigga getting ready to do. This Cheeto looking nigga.
What he got up his sleeve? What he got up his sleeve? Because it's like, fam, like this shit. Like we were just talking about it on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Like it's wild out here. It's wild out here. And you know, you were just on the East Coast. So you see how it is on the East Coast versus the West Coast. It's not too much different.
Right. Exactly. I did have these lists. They did name the commodities. They did list it. I meant to have that pulled up before we got on here. I just remembered until I saw one of the comments. Where is it at? Because I was looking at it on the plane earlier. My bad, y'all. I was traveling this morning. But I did see that they listed the commodities, but a main thing that I wanted to make sure was XLM, XRP, HBAR, Chain Link, they all commodities. For those that caught it. if somebody got the list, I don't know if somebody put it in the Patreon. If y'all mind it in there, because I don't have time to scroll and look for it right now. But if y'all wanted to see that list, oh, here it is. Is it right here? Commodities. Where's the list? I want to see the ones with the. It's in the document where they put the commodities list. If somebody want to send it to me, I'll pull it up on the live so y'all can see it. But I'll have to find it when deal. But I want to, because we're talking about this, I want to go ahead, because we're talking about basically talking about regulation. I want to go ahead and talk about this Tim Scott article real quick, because it's basically the same topic. You got Tim Scott. So Tim Scott is saying that he expects the first stablecoin yield compromise proposal to land on his desk before the end of this week. Now, Tim, you saying you expect it to be on your desk by the end of this week. Tim, don't disappoint me. I don't want to come on here and shoot your ass out like I do everybody else. But I need you to pull through for me. I don't know what you need to do, what you need to say, but they better have that shit on your desk. They need to have that shit, because at this point in the game, boys, it's March 2026. They better have that shit on your desk by Friday, because they should have had it on your desk 3 months ago. This should have been on your desk before New Year's. We should have had this, you know what I'm saying? We should have been coming in 2026 with a Clarity Act signed into law.
Yeah.
Y'all are so very much behind. We don't have time for y'all theatrics or shenanigans. So please don't let me have to come up here on Friday and chew your ass out. Please, Tim, because I don't want to do you like that, bro. I don't. But I need you to get a little more aggressive.
Say, yo, don't get that red hoodie work, huh?
Yeah. Oh man, and it's gonna be Friday, so I can get up here and go off like I want to too. Come on, Tim. Pull it through for us, Tim. Pull it through for us, Tim. Do your job, my boy. Do your job.
Said, look at him. When he's like, hold on. Look at him in the picture. He's like, hold on. I got you.
Get it done. So when he's saying that the yield compromise could arrive by the end of this week, so lawmakers are close to a compromise. So now he's not the only one saying this. So I'm not gonna single him out, because what's the name that I don't like? Bitcoin Maxi. Loomis is saying the same thing. Loomis talking about, I think we almost got it. I think we got it. Girl, shut your ass up. I don't want to hear nothing. Now we need to hear for certain. We are behind. Lawmakers are close to a compromise on stablecoin yield. So the final major obstacle holding up the U.S. crypto legislation, meaning the entire market structure bill, could finally move forward. So Tim Scott, who y'all know, he's the chair of the Senate Banking Committee, for those who didn't know, he said a proposal to resolve the dispute could arrive this week. So the issue is whether crypto platforms can offer yield on stablecoins. So basically the banks want that banned, crypto firms want it allowed. So this disagreement has completely stalled the crypto market structure bill for months. So what the fight is really about? So the bank's position is that yield on stablecoins is competition with savings accounts. So they fear that deposits going to lead to banks, their lending power is going to weaken, and the economic influence declines. So crypto's position is yield, it's a user incentive, and it's an adoption driver. So without it, stablecoins become less competitive and innovation gets restricted. So this matters because this is the final bottleneck for U.S. crypto law. So the broader bill defines the SEC versus CFTC rules, the legal status of crypto. That's why what we just talked about with the SEC and the CFTC finally giving us rules on what's a security and what's not was so important. Because that is like one of the main things for the Clarity Act here. So it already passed key stages, but this one issue stopped everything. So if resolved, the U.S. finally gets a complete crypto rule book. So it determines whether stablecoins can compete with banks. And this directly impacts trillions in liquidity. I'm saying it again. This directly impacts trillions in liquidity. So banks rely on deposits to issue loans, control credit creation. Stablecoin yield introduces a parallel financial system competing for that same capital. So time pressure is real. Lawmakers say the window is closing before midterms. So this isn't theoretical anymore. This is decision time. They don't have time to play. Either y'all gonna get this bill on Trump's desk or y'all not. And Trump needs this bill on his desk. I'm telling y'all, I just told y'all, look at the world right now. Trump desperately needs this bill on his desk. Desperately. Okay. Right. And ain't nobody trying to save him. We trying to get paid. I don't give a fuck about the president. It could be Kamala sitting there. If Kamala needed the bill on her desk, I'm saying the same shit. I don't care because I know it's a puppet at the end of the day. He's just a puppet. That's it. Y'all gotta zoom out. So we need this bill passed. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing about the B system. So here we go. Let's get paid. Let's get paid. So please get the goddamn bill on this man's desk so we can all be financially free. For the love of God, Jesus Christ. Like, let's get it done. Let's get it done. What is the holdup? Like, y'all have got to stop with the theatrics. But yeah, so yeah, Tim Scott. So we'll be looking out for you on Friday, Tim. We will be following up. Everybody in the chat, everybody put in the chat, follow up. We will be following up on Friday with Tim Scott. We're gonna be
he got Twitter, right? He got Twitter, right?
He got Twitter, and I'm gonna tweet his ass. I'm tweeting his ass. What's the update? What's the update? What's going on? What's going on? Everybody put in the chat, follow up. We need to know what's going on. Follow up. What's up? Oh. Did they get it on your desk or not? We need to get this done, Tim. We need to get this done. So yeah, this is pretty major. So that was pretty much the biggest news that came out, but of course more stuff came out surrounding. So I want you to talk about since we on this topic about the SEC chair explaining why NFTs fall outside of securities laws.
Oh yeah. So NFTs, because we was talking about NFTs, I think it was yesterday when we was breaking down OpenSea, right, and the NFT marketplace and how people, still kind of like sleeping on the NFTs and shit like that. So why would they come out and say NFTs is not a security? Maybe because they're going to be using them. Okay, so let's talk about it. So give me 1 second. Pull it up. My notes. So Paul Atkins, who's the head of the U.S. SEC, explained that most non-fungible tokens are not considered securities. If you don't know what security is something like a bond, like a stock, an investment where you profit from, someone else's work, right? So buying shares in a company that's expected to grow, that's a security, right? So why NFTs are not securities is because NFTs are treated like collectibles, right? They're going to put all these things in the categories they want to put them in so they could push this shit through, right? So examples of that would be baseball cards, arts, memes. So when you buy an NFT, you're just buying something, not investing in a company expecting profits, even though when you get an NFT, you're expecting some type of compensation. It may not be monetary, but it's some type of something, right? So the key idea here is that NFTs equal ownership of an item, and it's not an investment contract most of the time. But it depends on how it's used. So the SEC did make it clear that some NFTs could become securities. Some of them could become securities. So if they're marketed as investments, if they're promising profits or tied to business returns, then they might be regulated just like stocks. So the SEC created 4 categories of crypto. Hey! The SEC created 4 categories of crypto. So the SEC now says that these types of digital assets are usually not securities. So number 1, digital commodities. Number 2, digital tools. Number 3, digital collectibles. Number 4, stablecoins like Tether. So this gives crypto industry more clarity and freedom. And then the big shift in government strategy is that the SEC is changing how it handles cryptocurrency. So before it was strict enforcement, right, with lawsuits, unclear rules. But now under Paul Atkins, we got clearer guidelines, more support for innovation, and less punishment for first approach. So why this change is happening in the first place is because, man, the U.S. government believes it has fallen behind on crypto. You don't say no shit, right? So the SEC says past mistakes have put them 10 years behind. They trying to get ahead when they say they're 10 years behind. So now they want to catch up and support blockchain innovation and encourage development. Y'all should have been here 3 and 4 years ago. Where was y'all at 3 and 4 years ago? Oh, y'all was manipulating the market. Oh, y'all was setting up, FTX and doing all this other shit, trying to manipulate people from not getting into the market. Okay, that's what y'all was doing. So we shouldn't have been behind, but here we are. Then tokenization is a big focus. Paul Atkins also highlighted that tokenization, putting real world assets on the blockchain, is important because this connects directly to tokenized stocks, real world assets, and digital finance. So the four most important takeaways here is that NFTs are not usually securities. Some NFTs can be regulated depending on what they are, because there's going to be some people out there that's going to be like, yo, you can get profits, I promise you this, I promise you that. So those may be the outliers that maybe get regulated, but for the most part, NFTs are not going to be securities. And then the SEC is becoming more crypto friendly, obviously, and this is bullish for the entire industry, because we know those NFTs operate with smart contracts, and those smart contracts are vital for the movement of a lot of shit in the background. So there you go.
Okay. Because I know somebody said, "What are NFTs? So are NFTs trash?" No, they'll have them come back. They'll have them come back.
I mean, there's some trash NFTs, like there's some trash cryptos. So there's always going to be some bad apples anywhere. But NFTs as a whole, nah, fam. Don't sleep on them.
Nah, don't sleep. Shout out to Paige. Paige sent me the what is it called? The commodities, the digital commodities list. So I'm about to show y'all that real quick before we move on. Here we go right here. So
okay, shout out to Paige.
So we got a digital commodity is a crypto asset that is intrinsically linked to and derives its value from the programming operation of a crypto system that is functional, as well as supply and demand dynamics, rather than from the expectation of profits from the essential managerial efforts of others. I wanted to read that. So here we go. Examples of digital commodities include Aptos, Avalanche, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Cardano, Chainlink, Dogecoin, Ether, which is ETH, Hedera, Litecoin, Polkadot, Shiba Inu made the motherfucking cut. Boy, let me.
Shiba Inu, Solana, Stellar, Tezos, and of course they put XRP last. But XRP is up there. It's up there. Of course they want to put the most important ones at the bottom. But shout out. So yeah, these are the ones that made the cut for the commodities examples. So I know the link community was going crazy. The link community act like the SEC just only put them as an example, but no. So Kween, those are going to make it. Hint, right?
Yeah, looks like we've been correct this whole time. We 10 for 10. We what I'm saying, we 10 for 10 when it comes down to it. But yeah, Avalanche up here. We told y'all not to sleep on Avalanche. So I guess Cardano. So Charles.
Shout out to Cardano.
Hey, so this lets me know that Charles Hopkinson gets on the internet and just be talking. So please ignore his dumb ass. He's just playing. So he get on Twitter and start blabbing at the mouth. That's clearly his role in all of this. So he's a character. So please ignore Charles Hopkinson and his shenanigans. So yeah, but we got Solana up here, Stellar, Tezos, and XRP. So there we go. We knew Bitcoin was gonna be up there. Bitcoin Cash. We're not surprised about those. Aptos, I wasn't expecting to see that. They said that was first. APT. So
yeah.
This is not financial advice. We're just showing an SEC document, and they gave examples of digital commodities within this document. To differentiate between a security and a commodity. So this is not financial advice, in no way, shape, or form. When we telling you guys to purchase any of these assets, you are an adult, make your own decisions. So yeah,
grown as hell. You're grown as hell, fam. If you on this live, you most likely grown as hell. And if you're a kid on this live, congratulations. This is financial literacy 101 for 2026.
Facts. So let me see what we got next here in a lineup. So let's go ahead and talk about credit unions real quick. I had this article here regarding credit unions. So credit unions prepare for the day AI agents start spending. So let's talk about that. Let me pause this little video because we is not finna watch them talk. It's pretty boring. You can watch this on your own time. But yeah, let's talk about credit unions real quick. I know some of y'all that's in middle are very excited about credit unions. So I thought this is pretty interesting that they are preparing for the day AI agents start spending. So financial institutions are preparing for a future where AI agents, not humans, initiate and execute transactions, forcing a complete redesign of fraud, identity, and payment systems. So here's what actually happened. Credit unions are actively preparing for agentic AI making financial decisions and payments. So the major concern is that AI can now clone voices, create synthetic identities, mimic user behavior. So fraud is no longer isolated. It happens at account creation, login, and transactions. So the response from the institutions moving is that they're moving toward risk-based authentication, device-bound identity, which is passkeys, and smarter fraud detection systems. So this matters because we are entering the machine-to-machine finance. They're calling it machine-to-machine finance. So it's not just humans using apps anymore. AI agents will pay bills, allocate capital, execute transactions. So this is a fundamental shift in who participates in the economy. So identity becomes the most important layer in finance. So if AI can sound like you, act like you, then identity verification breaks. So that forces a move toward device-based identity, behavioral verification, continuous authentication. So fraud becomes exponentially more advanced. So you have old fraud equals stolen password. The new fraud is the perfect digital clone of you. So this is gonna be the new fraud. It's already happening with me and D. People have taken my voice,
Yep.
D's voice, and they are using it on Telegram and acting like they are talking to people and they are trying to sound like me. I'm gonna tell y'all now, y'all can use a little AI shits. Y'all ain't gonna sound like me though. only I can sound like me. You know what I'm saying? So don't fall for it. But no, this is getting crazy. The digital clone of you is very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. So this does create a constant AI versus AI battle. So it's fraud AI versus defense AI. Again, fraud AI versus defense AI. So the banking model starts to change now. So today, humans initiate transactions, but in the future, AI agents transact autonomously. So that requires new rules, new permissions, and new liability frameworks. So the real shift here is that AI will control spending behavior, not just recommending purchases, but executing them. So for an example, your AI will pay subscriptions, rebalances, investments, shops for you, pays bills automatically. So that means the user of the financial system may no longer be human. So the second hidden
Jesus.
layer, yeah, it's gonna get crazy out here. The second hidden layer is trust the collapse risk. So if identity is compromised, trust in digital banking weakens. So credit unions are especially exposed. That's why fraud prevention is becoming the number one AI use case across credit unions. So this connects to a broader shift that AI is evolving from assistant, agent, and actor to agentic agent and actor. So agentic AI can perceive, decide, and execute actions autonomously. So payments will become automated decision systems and not manual actions. So this is an early stage but massive structural shift. But it is bullish for AI-driven financial infrastructure, fraud, or security tech. So for those career-oriented people, if you're going into like technology, you may want to go into fraud or security tech. They're gonna need a lot of people for that. Those jobs should be available. Fraud and security tech, to a certain extent, maybe not
Yeah.
as many people as the past, but they're gonna need people in that fraud and security tech on that side of things. You got identity layers and autonomous finance systems. So the risk factors are fraud escalation, regulatory lag, and trust breakdown. So the real signal here is that finance is evolving from human driven to algorithm driven. So yeah, this is what's coming. So credit unions are preparing for it. So y'all get ready. It's about to get crazy out here. Again, they using AI for voices, and all types of stuff. So you don't even know if you're really talking to the person or not. So it's like about to get crazy out here, bro. It's about to get crazy out here.
Damn, fam. Damn. Like you just gotta do the best you can. That's why you gotta have control over, your shit, fam. You gotta have control of your digital footprint as much as you can. Create your own AI agents and to do your own thing, fam. That's what we've been telling y'all, fam, for a while. This is not nothing new. If you've been here, we've been talking this shit for a while. Shout out to everybody that was in the original AI agent class that we did with DeFi King a while ago.
Man, that was a classic class. That's what I believe that one. Yeah, the recording for that one is also in the link tree for those that want to look into that. Because he told y'all about AI agents early, so we're definitely seeing a massive uptick in AI agent talk that shit is going crazy right now. Like it's new articles on AI agents every day. Like literally every day we get on there, it's a new AI agents article. Like it's really picking up.
That's 1,000. So shit.
Yeah, it's getting crazy out here, bro. It's getting crazy out here. So let's talk about crypto cards real quick, because they're saying crypto cards aren't the future, but on-chain credit is. On-chain credit. Let's talk about that.
On-chain credit. Everything moving on-chain. All right. So basically, what they're talking about here is that crypto cards are not the future. So on-chain credit is the future. So what are crypto cards? So crypto cards are like debit cards connected to your cryptocurrency. So examples like that would be cards powered by networks like MasterCard, like Visa. So when you use them, your crypto like Bitcoin gets sold and then it turns into cash, USD, and then the payment happens. So the problem with that is every time you swipe, you lose your crypto. So your crypto stops growing. So it's no yield at all, right? So you may pay taxes, which is a big problem. So basically, a normal debit card with extra steps, man. So why this is not real innovation is because crypto was supposed to let you keep ownership, grow your assets, and avoid these middlemen. But crypto cards still depend on banks. They still depend on card companies like MasterCard, Visa, and traditional financial rules. So it's an old system disguised as new tech, right? It's just the same old system with a mustache on it. That's it. Right. So what on-chain credit means, what does that mean? So this is the future model. So instead of selling your crypto, you borrow against it. That sounds like DeFi to me. So that's what they so on-chain credit is just basically DeFi, fam. So a simple example of that would be, you have 10,000, say you got $10,000 in crypto, right? So instead of selling it, you use it as collateral, you borrow $2,000 to spend, right? So the key difference here is the old way, you spend crypto, your crypto is sold and it's gone. But this new way is you spend, the debt increases, and then your crypto still is yours. So why on-chain credit is better is because you keep your assets, your crypto stays invested and can grow. This is the whole reason why they fighting. This is why these people in Congress, which are a whole bunch of fucking babies, they keep fighting over this, because they do not want you to be successful. They do not want your money to grow. They want you to stay in poverty. They want you to stay, struggling. They want you to stay like this, fam. They're a whole bunch of fucking babies, fam. Like, I can't stand it, right? I don't care what side it is. But with this, you still earn the yield, right? You can still earn about 5% on stable coins. You could earn up to 12% in DeFi, right? So it's no forced selling. So your assets are only sold if you don't repay your loan. And then there's no constant taxable events, right, as a round. So you're not selling every time you spend. And then the big shift here is the mindset changes to what can I spend to what can I borrow against, right? What can be used as collateral. So in this future system, you could use crypto assets, tokenized assets, treasury-backed assets, DeFi positions. Basically, anything that has value can become spendable power, fam. Spendable power, right? Cards become just an interface, right? In the article, it says the card itself doesn't matter anymore. That shit don't matter. We're not even going to be using cards. Hell, we're not even going to be using phones in the next decade, right? So y'all can get all this physical stuff, certain physical things up out of here, right? We're not even going to be using phones like that. That's what I feel anyway. So it's just a tool to access your card. Instead, the real system equals your on-chain credit line. So you could even skip cards completely and use your apps. You can use the wallets. And of course, what Ashley was just mentioning about the AI agents. But I know some of you guys are probably thinking, what about the risk, right? Good question. So if your crypto drops in value, you could get liquidated. So how it's managed is you could only borrow a small percentage of your assets. So the system tracks the prices in real time, right? And the rules are very transparent. It's not hidden like these banks. These banks be hiding all these rules, all these fees, all this shit like that. Nah. So this is a big deal because this connects everything you've been sending, right? This is about replacing traditional banking. Instead of banking controlling the credit and the hidden fees and all these approvals, You get transparent rules, you get self-custody and programmable finance. Programmable finance, self-custody, transparent rules. This is the way we need to keep it going, fam. Innovation, clear-cut innovation, right? But these babies in Congress, they older than most people in this live right now, most people in the chat, right? And they just bickering about, oh, well, we don't want the people to be doing this. And then we talked about yesterday with the Social Security and how they don't want the Social Security tied up into blockchain when they talking about on-chain credit. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. Y'all got to see through the bullshit, fam. Y'all got to see through the bullshit, right? Whole bunch of fucking babies in Congress, but whatever. We here now. We know what's going on. So, just move accordingly.
100. That was it for that one?
Yeah, that's it. That was it.
Okay. Oh, that was a good one. So let's talk.
Yeah, that was.
Let's talk about this criminal real quick. Sam Bankman. Sam Bankman-Fried's bankrupt exchange FTX is set to repay creditors $2.2 billion this month. I believe it when I see it.
Yo.
How many years of this nigga should have been with? Like, what the fuck? We should have been paid this back. What the fuck? It's crazy.
Yo, that whole FTX shit is a whole saga within itself, man. That should be a whole class. Like, that should be a whole case study within itself. So the bankrupt crypto exchange FTX, right? They got to pay back $2.2 billion to users and creditors on March 31st. That's in 2 weeks, man. Less than 2 weeks. So this is part of this ongoing bankruptcy recovery process. So we already know back in 2022, if you've been rocking with us, that shit wild, right? This shit wild, yo. Some jokers say you got.
I don't believe he's sitting in jail. It's no way this corny ass nigga sitting in jail, bro. He that motherfucker fight for his life, gang.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Because I'm just saying, you know how many people he fucked over, how many families he put in bad situations, bro. It's just no fucking way. Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
He made, you know what I'm saying? Well, if I don't know if he and Jim Pop, but if he and Jim Pop, then he protected because he got somebody books. You know what I'm saying? He's doing something. But FTX collapsed in 2022, right? If y'all been with us, y'all know we was all there talking about the whole collapse because right before that, that's when we had first started going live together. So when that happened in 2022, Sam Bankman-Fried is now in prison. He's serving a 25-year sentence, right? So the collapse caused, a huge crash in crypto markets back then. So what's happening now is a group called the FTX Recovery Trust, right? I wonder why they call it a recovery trust. So they're handling the repayments. So this is the fourth payout. So part of that larger plan is to repay the users. So this round, $2.2 billion is being paid out, and the money arrives within 1 to 3 days, and it's paid through platforms like Kraken, BitGo, and Payoneer. How much people are getting back? Some users are getting all their money back or more, and then many U.S. users is getting 100% recovery, and then some groups up to 120% recovery. So they're getting some type of restitution added on. So that means some people are actually going to get more than they actually lost. So shit. I mean, big up to y'all if y'all in that group. But the important detail here is paid in USD. So even though this is cryptocurrency, all payouts are going to be in US dollars. Then users can withdraw cash or convert it back into crypto. So I see what they did here. They waited until the dollar devalued even more so to pay these cats back. Because the dollar now versus 2022, that's not the same dollar. It's not the same dollar at all. So the total money recovered so far is over $6 billion have been paid out. Over $6 billion has been paid out. So with this new payout, the total keeps increasing significantly. This is one of the largest recovery efforts in crypto history. And then more payments are coming. The next phase is April 30th with a record date of who qualifies. And then May 29th, the payments to equity holders, the investors, but they must verify with KYC. They got to submit tax info and prove ownership. And this is important for crypto markets overall because more money is coming back to the investors. So now they have cash to reinvest. That's a good thing, right? And this could flow into, Bitcoin, altcoins, stocks, etc. And it removes major negative, sentiment around that shit. The FTX collapse was huge, in the fear department when it comes to crypto. So now the situation is being cleaned up and the trust is in the system is improving. And then it shows that the industry is maturing. So 2.2 billion in the next 13 days. I guess they got it. I guess they got it to pay it back.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
No, it is. It is.
All right, so we'll go to this next one. Did we talked about the Federal Reserve holding the
No, we did not. We did not.
So that the Federal Reserve holds policy steady as Iran war adds to growth and inflation concerns. So this is another reason why I said Mr. Trump has to get this crypto shit going and fast, because it just don't look good right now. Like nothing looks good right now. So like we said yesterday, D had asked me what do I think they're gonna do. They're gonna keep everything the same. They ain't got no, you know what I'm saying? It's bad. And that's exactly what they did. They kept everything steady. I think pretty much everybody knew that though. They were gonna keep everything steady. So yeah, let's talk about it real quick. And then I'm gonna show a clip of Jerome telling y'all that it's about to get worse. It's about to be a red ass summer because everything about to he's calling for a spike in prices this summer.
Here we go.
So if y'all think it's bad now, it gets worse. According to
So what the Fed just decided is not to change rates at all, right? It's the rate stayed the same. They didn't make the change because the Fed is dealing with two big problems at the same time. One being inflation, which Ash said is going to spike. And, inflation is now expected to be 2.7% in 2026, higher than before. And then number two is a slowing economy. So jobs and growth are starting to slow. Jobs and growth been slowing. Like where these cats been, fam? Like they've been manipulating the numbers so long. They have desensitized people, one, and they have programmed you to make you feel like, oh, we're not in a recession, right? They just keep moving the goalposts on what a recession is every single quarter, it seems like. Because when these numbers come out, I'm like, okay, they followed around with the numbers and they just did some bullshit to keep the shit stable, right? So they can keep printing or keep doing what they need to do, right? You see, they just keeping the rates still. So the Fed is stuck in the middle. So if they lower rates, it helps the economy, but it could make inflation worse. So how the Iran war is affecting us because the conflict involving Iran, oil prices is up now near $100 a barrel, right? And then why this matters because the higher the prices of oil equals higher gas prices, food prices, transportation costs. So it's gonna be a brutal summer. Cats are gonna have to choose to go on vacation or stay home and whatever. You know what I'm saying? So this is gonna push inflation up. So the Fed chair Jerome Powell basically said we don't know how bad this will get. He said we don't know how bad this will get. So they're watching the situation and waiting before making big moves. This is who's running your government, fam. And there's no outrage. This is who's they said we don't know how bad it's gonna get. So this is not bad to them, right? This is not bad to them. Hey, so what happened to the markets is crypto, you already know, went to 71,000, then 70. It's around 79,900. So there's no rate cuts. And then the stocks went down. The NASDAQ went down up to 1.5%. And then investors were hoping for rate cuts and didn't get them. I don't know what they was hoping for that shit for, because Trump said some shit. I don't know what investors were thinking. And then the bonds, the 10-year treasuries, the yield went up about 4.2%, which is higher yields equals money moves away from risk assets. So what the Fed plans to do next is the Fed projections show only one small rate cut in 2026 and another small one in 2027. So they say this shit is going to stay high for a while. So go ahead. You got a clip?
I got a clip for you.
Got a clip?
Let me know if you can hear it.
But the implications of events in the Middle East for the U.S. economy are uncertain. In the near term, higher energy prices will push up overall inflation, but it is too soon to know the scope and duration of the potential effects on the economy.
So I'm gonna play it one more time.
But the implications of events in the Middle East for the U.S. economy are uncertain. In the near term, higher energy prices will push up overall inflation, but it is too soon to know the scope and duration of the potential.
I tell you, boy, that joker just be playing the political game every time this joker talk, fam. Every time I say, come on.
He trying not to make it sound as bad as it is, but this summer you're going to have to choose between the vacation or keeping your finances afloat, and that's hard for some people because y'all are so used to taking that vacation every summer because y'all been so comfortable in the system. Like, no offense, but it's the truth. We've been so comfortable in the illusion, and we got so used because this is just our system that we have. We're so used to going on vacation. So for some people, it's gonna be hard for some of y'all to have to tell y'all kids that they're not going to Disney World in July. Y'all not going to that. Y'all not taking that beach trip. You're not going to Hawaii. Cause it's decision making time here. So it's about to get bad. That's why I said, Mr. Trump, I don't know what rabbit you gonna pull out your ass, but boy, it must be a hell of a rabbit. Cause I don't know what the hell you do. I don't know how you gonna pull this one off, my boy. I can't wait to see.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments, but it don't look good right now. For Republicans, it don't look good right now. They look really, really bad right now. Bro, as long as these groceries and the gas high, it's over with, gang. It's over with. People are fed up. I think I just had one more. Oh, Amazon. We just gotta talk about Amazon real quick. And I think that's gonna be the last article. Did you have anything? Oh no, you had something, didn't you? Hold on.
Oh, was that one about Trump? Yeah, but speaking of.
Yeah, while we on him real quick, let's go ahead and let's talk about this real quick. So Trump,
because this is about the oil.
Yeah, while we talking about that. So what's going on with this?
So yeah, I saw this early. So Trump temporarily paused a law called the Jones Act for 60 days. So the goal here is to help stabilize oil prices during the war with Iran. So what the Jones Act is, only U.S. ships can move goods between U.S. ports. So an example of that would be oil from Texas to New York must be carried by a U.S. ship. So what he just changed is for the next 60 days, the U.S. can now use foreign ships to move things like oil, natural gas, coal, fertilizer. So this makes shipping faster, cheaper, and way more flexible during this time period. This was done because obviously, the war with Iran, oil supply is at risk, and the Strait of Hormuz is basically shut down, and then the oil prices are still rising. So the U.S. is trying to move energy around the country more easily. And this is going to help with, this move is going to help with increased oil and gas supply within the United States, reduce shipping bottlenecks, because it's so many different bottlenecks happening right now between the oil, between the airport situation with the TSA, between just regular ass traffic. We're just dealing with massive bottlenecks everywhere. People just wasting time left and right just because of, they just throwing salt in the game right now. And this is going to help avoid shortages. And then basically, making sure the energy just keeps flowing domestically. Because, man, if this energy ain't flowing domestically, we in for some bigger shit. So he putting this shit in place for the next 60 days. But there's a big limitation here. Experts say this won't fully fix the problem. Of course it won't, because the U.S. has a refining problem. And the issue is that the U.S. produces light oil, shale, right? Refineries are built for heavier foreign oil. So even if we move oil around better, we still can't fully use what we produce, fam. And will this lower gas prices? Probably not much. And then the experts say that the shipping cost only affects gas prices by less than 1 cent per gallon. So the real driver of the gas prices is the global oil prices. So basically, he put this in place just to say he did something, I guess. because the Brent is around, I think it's around $107 a barrel, and the U.S. oil is around $96 a barrel. So we still in that $100 range. So the prices are rising due to the tensions. So some groups are against this. The U.S. shipping and labor groups are concerned because they say it hurts the U.S. shipping jobs, it weakens national security, and it gives work to foreign companies. This is what they wanted to do anyway. This was the whole plan anyway, fam. They wanted the foreigners to come in. How many foreigners have came in the past several years? A whole lot, right? And how many? Exactly, too many to fucking count. And how many people are going to be replaced by certain entities or certain things that's about to be automated? A whole lot. This was the whole point. This is just giving them an excuse to do whatever they need to do. Another excuse. So what this means for the market is, because with the oil market, a slight short-term relief in supply, but the global prices still depend on war. And if conflict continues, oil likely goes higher. And then how this is going to impact the stock market is because energy companies may benefit, and the broader market still depends on inflation and interest rates. How this is going to impact the crypto market is because the indirect impact would be if oil keeps rising, inflation rises. And if inflation rises, the Federal Reserve may keep the rates high, which we talked about. And that can slow growth short-term in crypto, but increase long-term demand for crypto assets in the long term. So, man, shit is wild. It's wild.
Wild time. So the oil market look crazy right now. We got to see how that plays out. We got to see how Japan responds. I think Japan is supposed to up their rates in April to 1%. Apparently, their rates haven't been at 1% since the 1990s. So that'll be interesting as well. So we have an interesting month ahead of us coming up here in April regarding the oil market. So, we'll be on it. We'll be reporting it. Make sure y'all tapped in. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Over here on YouTube, make sure y'all, tap the screen. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Because we're gonna have to keep up with all this. I think we have a very, very interesting 6 months coming up. Very interesting 6 months coming up. You got to make sure you tapped in with us, because we're gonna be delivering this news in real time, literally in real time. Because it's about to get crazy. I really think this is gonna be a very, very rocky 6 months. I think it's gonna be a roller coaster ride. It's gonna be a roller coaster, but we knew that. We kind of called it that it was gonna be a roller coaster ride. This shit was not gonna be easy. But I think we got an interesting 6 months ahead of us, gang, especially if Japan do up those rates to that 1% interest rates next month. That's gonna be crazy. So we'll see. This oil situation is just wild. Here we are. Think that was the last thing we had was Amazon. So this was, to me, I pay attention to Amazon. I pay attention to Walmart. Why? Because they're where everybody shop at. So when they make changes, you need to pay attention. But this is where everybody shops. So I pay very close attention to what Amazon and Walmart does, because they're the top retailers. You know what I'm saying? They're the top retail stores when it's all said and done. So Amazon. So Amazon is rolling out the 1 hour and the 3 hour delivery across the US. Now, how is this possible? How is this possible in the current system? It's no way. Yeah, it's no way. It's no way. Amazon is definitely operating in the new financial system at this point. They've got to be, as far and when I say financial system, I'm talking about AI. The new payment rails got to be implemented. They got to be getting their money within 24 hours. They must be on that 1 day cycle or something. It's just no way. I'm trying to figure out how Amazon's pulling this off. But we all know Amazon is ahead of the curve. But yeah, they're rolling out that 1 hour and 3 hour delivery across the U.S., signaling a major escalation in the race to control last mile logistics and consumer purchasing behavior. So Amazon, they launched this 1 hour delivery in select cities. The 3 hour delivery is in 2,000 plus cities. So it covers 90,000 plus products. So that's household essentials, health items, electronics, clothing. So it's available, of course, in major cities like LA, Chicago, and DC. Smaller cities like Boise and I don't know how to pronounce
Des Moines.
Oh, Des Moines. Oh, okay.
Des Moines, Ohio. Iowa. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the pricing. So Prime is gonna be $9.99 a month for the 1 hour, $4.99 a month for the 3 hour. If you don't have Prime, it's higher fees. They pretty much probably gonna charge you $2 per delivery. Your ass might as well sign up for Prime for $10 a month. So yeah, it's gonna be higher fees. So the key point that this is same day delivery evolving into near instant delivery. So it's gonna start off as an hour. Wait till they tell y'all they can get it to you in 15 minutes.
Oh
That's
yeah,
next.
yeah,
30
yeah,
minutes. That's
yeah.
coming. That's next. They just waiting on the infrastructure. They just waiting on everything to finish out, and they're gonna introduce something to you called a drone, and they're gonna drop that shit right off.
I seen one of them shits the other day over here. You know what I'm saying? In Florida.
Yeah.
So
if you're a delivery driver for Amazon, you're on the clock. You on the clock. You're probably 6 to 9 months away from not having a job. 6 to 9 months, and I'm being generous because I want to say 3 to 6, but I'm gonna be generous and say 6 to 9. So I hope y'all have a plan. If you're an Amazon driver, I hope you have a plan. I'm not saying they're getting rid of all y'all. They're not. They're gonna keep their favorite. So if you're not a favorite, I hope you have a plan. I hope you have a plan, because Amazon gonna use them drones. They finna be using drones. So yeah, if you're an Amazon driver, it's just I'm not trying to scare you or discourage you. Have a plan. Go ahead and prepare. You know your job is on the line. You know your job is on a timetable. Have a plan. Go ahead and be applying to other jobs. Go ahead and be reskilling. Whatever you need to do. But you're on the clock, bro. You don't have much. You don't have long. You don't have long for you wake up to you can turn that truck in and the keys. Appreciate the services. Here's your options. You got this package or this one. Which one you want? That's how the conversation gonna go. So but yeah, Amazon is turning into an on-demand infrastructure. So this competes directly with the grocery stores, the pharmacies, the convenience stores. So consumers no longer need to go out for essentials. So this is digitizing everyday consumption. So this is the death of traditional retail urgency. You need toothpaste, you'll get it within an hour. You need medicine, you'll get it within an hour. Need last minute items, you'll get it within an hour. Physical stores lose their biggest advantage. Immediacy. What was this? Well, I guess, yeah, immediacy. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Anyway,
getting it immediate.
Me, I'm one of those. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm one of those people. I don't like going to the store. I fucking hate it. I don't like lines. I don't mind going to like Sam's Club because they got the scan and go. And if I do go to the grocery store, I'm one of them people going on a Monday morning or a Tuesday while everybody at work, because I don't like lines. I don't like being in the store and I gotta move out of the way because there's too many people in the aisle. It's irritating. I hate the fucking store. I don't want to be around people. It's too many germs. This is right up my alley. So people like me, I'm excited. I can't wait till it gets even faster than an hour. But physical stores, again, if you work in retail, you're on the clock. They ain't gonna meet me, because when this comes out and this goes full throttle in the next couple months, they are not gonna need all y'all. They're gonna be like, oh, we'll need 1 or 2 people. We don't need that many people because ain't nobody coming in here. Like, the demand is lower, which means they don't need as many people to come into work. So if you know you work in retail, you need to be figuring something out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're just putting the word out so that y'all know ahead of time, so y'all don't be all surprised in the next 60 to 90 days when that schedule starts. You go from 40 hours a week to 38. That 38 gonna go down to 30, 35. That 35 turns into 32. Next thing you know, your check is $500 shorter than it normally is. We're trying to warn y'all before it gets to that point, so you're preparing yourself. It's happening in real time. Again, I ain't proud of it, but ain't nobody going outside doing shit about it. And we ain't revolutionizing nothing. We just sitting here letting it happen. So we just trying to put the word out, put the warning out there. Yeah, so they are competing with Walmart. They're competing with Instacart. They're competing with DoorDash, Uber Eats. So the real battle is who controls the fastest delivery network wins consumer loyalty. The fact that this is a conversation now, if you work in retail, I would listen. If I still worked in retail, bro, I would be going ahead and looking for a job. I would be like, while y'all listening to me and D, I would be on LinkedIn and Indeed looking for a job.
Yeah,
because Walmart, they're getting ready to have a competition on who gonna deliver the stuff the fastest. That's gonna be the competition now, which means nobody's going to the store.
Yeah, we've been
No one's going to the
we've been
store.
listen, we've been talking about the Amazon Walmart shit for the past couple of weeks right now, and how they're gonna be updating everything, moving forward, right? Because Walmart is in the lead, in a clear cut lead. Walmart, Amazon specifically, because they sell food, fam. They sell
Yep.
food at a cheap rate. Walmart and Amazon sell food at a cheaper rate, so they just gonna go with it. That's what people gonna go with. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
70%. I think it was like 70% of Walmart sales is food, fam.
Yeah, it's food because you gotta eat. So DoorDash and Uber Eats, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm banking on DoorDash. I'll probably do it first. DoorDash will start delivering your shit with a drone. They'll probably start that shit next year or the end of this year, depending on when Trump signs this AI bill and this with all this autonomous stuff. But I'm telling you, the competition is gonna be who can deliver the fastest. So who get it to you within under an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, DoorDash and Uber Eats and Instacart, well, maybe not Instacart because they be bullshit. DoorDash and Uber Eats, they can get your shit to you in under an hour right now. So right now, Amazon ain't competing with that. But soon they will be. Soon they will be. And this is the competition. This is the competition. So it's gonna be consumer dependency. It's gonna be an increased consumer dependency loop. So faster delivery equals more frequent orders. So more orders is more data. And more data is better predictive logistics. So this strengthens Amazon's economic lock-in. Ecosystem lock-in. So
Yeah.
So
Danny said I do Amazon Flex, and they're already doing it. We could pick up in 45-minute blocks with tips.
With tips. Sheesh. Yeah, I heard that Amazon Flex going crazy. I got mad friends doing that on the side, doing Amazon Flex on the side. For sure, I can see that. Yeah, they probably need as many people as possible because they're trying to get them orders out. So yeah, and don't get comfortable with the Amazon Flex though, because once they get them drones, they ain't gonna need as many people for that either. With the Amazon Flex, because they just gonna throw them on them drones. So, but they're gonna need people. But if you know how to work a drone, they're gonna need people that know how to like work the drones and stuff. So it'll be a job for that. So yeah, for those people that's good with the drones, it's your time to shine. Coming up here. This is your time to shine. You good with the drones. So yeah. That's pretty much it. Ain't really too much to talk about with this, bro. This is logistics. It's a behavior shift. Retail is changing. The economy is shifting from ownership to instant access. People want instant gratification. That is going to be the death of humanity, in my opinion. But that instant gratification is woof. Good Lord. Man, that instant gratification got a lot of people out of the market because people just want stuff now, right then and there. Sometimes it just don't work like that. So, but yeah, y'all, that's the news for today.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. So we are going to do a wealth strategy class. We decided we are going to do a wealth strategy class. So y'all be looking out for that. We should have that ready for you by the end of this week. As far as the link goes, we are going to probably do a wealth strategy class. We got some just a couple of details we need to work out. And then we'll have a date and time for you guys, hopefully by the end of this week, if not at some point in the weekend or early next week. So be on the lookout for that. So that wealth strategy class. Reason why we're gonna go ahead and do it, I've been trying to time it. I knew we were gonna do it. I wanted to time it because I wanted to do it, and then when I seen the Clarity Act slow down, I was like, Now that I see that it's probably picking back up, I'm seeing where we are economically. I'm like, oh, Trump got to sign this bill. He's got to sign it. He don't have a choice. So I'm like, this may be a good time to do the wealth strategy class. So yeah, y'all be on the lookout for that. But other than that, man, make sure y'all join that Patreon, join the BlockNation community Patreon, especially if you want to support the channel. And for those that want to learn DeFi, because that is going to be the next big topic after we get this Clarity Act signed, is going to be DeFi and taxes. So you might want to go ahead and hop in that DeFi Patreon and be educating yourself on DeFi, because that is the next big thing coming after we get this Clarity Act done. So yeah, we got that coming. But yeah, other than that, y'all, we'll see y'all tomorrow when we got some more updates. Appreciate y'all tapping in with us. I know it was mad random. I had to travel earlier, so. But other than that, man, make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube. Make sure BlockNation Network subscribe to the YouTube. For those that are interested in that free trust, please take advantage of the free trust. We can't emphasize it enough to take event. Everyone should have a trust set up, especially if you got kids and grandkids. Please, and you got assets. Please have your trust set up if you don't have a trust already. Y'all need to get with D. Y'all need to fill out that questionnaire. That way y'all can get on a call with Marcus. He show you the presentation, the company, all the details, answer all your questions. Make sure you sign up for that free trust and take advantage of that trust. The questionnaire is in the bio. It's in the link tree. Just tap on that and they'll contact you. But make sure y'all got that trust set up. It's so imperative. It's so important. But yeah, did you have anything, D?
Nah. We gonna be back tomorrow because it's definitely gonna be probably some stuff spilling out tomorrow for sure.
For sure. So yeah, man, we got that free trust coming. So yeah, appreciate y'all, and we'll tap in with y'all tomorrow. So what about if you're a driver for UPS? Oh man, I haven't seen what UPS is doing. I've just been tracking Amazon, but I'm sure if Amazon, I'm sure UPS got something up their sleeve. So I would honestly look it up. Shoot, start reading your emails. If you work at UPS, start reading them emails. They be telling y'all in them newsletters. It's just we don't read them. I know when I was any company I work for, I ain't never read them shit. So I don't give a damn about what the fuck y'all got going on. But now y'all should give a fuck what the fuck they got going on. So don't listen. But now I would look at check your email. They probably told y'all in the email what the hell they doing. UPS just offered $150K to quit. Oh
yeah,
shit.
I was about to say that.
$150K to quit. I'd have been up out of there. Bye. I would have got up out of there. That's just me though. I'm getting up out of there. $150. Pay me in a lump sum. Taxes exempt. Not paying. Let me stop. But yeah.
You said I'll figure it out.
Oh, it depends on your time in.
Yeah, it depends on your time and.
Hey, them niggas that's 15 plus years in, they probably gonna get it. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the niggas that's 15. Y'all deserve it. Take that 150, man, and go live your life. Take that 150, especially if you already got some crypto. Take that 150. Go start that business that you've been putting off, and go live your best life, bro. Exactly. KB said exactly 75K going to the crypto wallet. Bingo.
There you go.
Easy. Easy. But yeah, we'll see y'all tomorrow. We're gonna see y'all tomorrow, man. Tap in with us. Take advantage of the free trust. Link is in the bio. Join the BlockNation community. Patreon link is in the bio. DeFi, all that's in the bio. Appreciate y'all. We'll have that wealth strategy class. We'll have some more details coming for y'all.
Oh,
all right, y'all.